isn't there something being lost, like in terms of, identity of different groups in society and so forth? What do you think?
Yes,
about these
it is.
things?
It is. I wouldn't have a band if you couldn't be versatile. If when somebody comes up to the band and say, "What's a good waltz title?"
So that's waltz.
All right. If you ask for a waltz, and the guy, well, we don't have our waltz instruments with us. See, I mean, I don't want to play the damn thing. See, if you're going to be a musician, play any tempo they ask you to. See, that's like a store. If you're going to have a store, stock what the people ask for. That's what you should do. If you're a traveling band, now if you're just a recording band, then you can get in and sell what you want to sell to the public. But if you want the people to patronize you, so to speak, come to your dances and all, they try to do it with band titles, different band titles to get the public into it. But if you've got a band that's good and they play it right, you'll be here a lot longer than the guys that come and got their beer bottle sitting on a steel guitar, you're picking your. That ain't no good. If I had a band, you can drink all you want to drink, but don't you do it on that bandstand. Or don't you do it an hour before you're going to play. After you get off, I don't care, you can go swimming. But that. Well, if you say you're a musician, be a musician. If you be a drunkard, be a drunkard. Be the best in whatever you do, but don't do them together.
Before we got here, we thought about country music being something for the more conservative people, something, not very inventive and not very out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true, or is that just a prejudice?
You mean what type of music you're speaking of now?
Country and western
Okay.
music.
Okay. Well, just like I said before, if you're going to play country and western, be the best in it that you can. Country, you can use your country and western music and play any tempo and stuff. You can play your tango with a country and western band. Of course, you might have to set in little bongos here and there. But I don't know. If it's the area you're in and you're going to work that area, play what they like in that area. And if you got to have some, what is this? You got to have this rap stuff. If they ask for it, play it. Sell them what they want, because you can't set up a store and say you're going to buy this product or you can't buy anything. So, of course, they started rap music in the country field and they didn't go. Mm-mm.
You told me before, maybe you can tell us again the story how you got together with Willie Nelson.
Oh, Willie? On records number 108 and 109, by Dave Isbell, was in San Antonio. He played in San Antonio, and he wanted to make some records. Now, bear in mind, the man was a bass player and a singer, vocal. And I'm coming to that in a minute on him. Okay, he accosted me and wanted me to record him. So I listened to some of his stuff. I said, okay, let's see. I was just starting out anyway, and he was played in San Antonio. So I thought maybe I'd get some San Antonio area persons on my label, and maybe we could sell San Antonio anyway. So we set up a session in Houston and went to Houston, got there, and lo and behold, the rhythm guitar player was Willie Nelson. I didn't know it then, nobody else. Well, he was just another instrument player then. And guess what? The singer, who was the bass player, forgot his bass. So we had to makeshift on a rhythm. And I took the steel guitar player and I had him hit his strings like this, and it gave a beat, but it wasn't a drum beat, but it was a tempo. And of course the record never sold good, but during the session Willie come to me and he said, I'd like to hear this song that I wrote, see. Well, in those days we paid $30 an hour recording session, and that was big money. Now it's about $130 an hour, $150. Anyway, I said, no, not for no $30 an hour. You're going to sing me an audition song. I said, send it to me on a tape. Well, a little while later, he sent me a tape, and it's this story that's on the back of that record, where he was a disc jockey at KBOP Pleasanton. And you get the stock market reports, and you get the weather report. You pick them up off the telephone, off the wire somewhere, on a reel-to-reel. And you play them at a certain time. After you play them this one time, the stock market report and the weather report is dead. So he took this tape, and he put it on a machine, and introduced himself and started singing 2 songs on it. He sent it to me, and I listened to it, and, oh, boy, I don't want this. So I put it away. For years and years, I put it away. And all of a sudden, well, I say all of a sudden, it really didn't become a hit all of a sudden. He took a long time. But anyway, when he got up in there, I thought I'd make this for collectors and put a little story on the back of it. Have you seen it? I'll show it to you in a little while. Put a little story on the back of it with a solid jacket, see, and put Audition 55 on the front of it, and give a number and all, and put the story on the back and put it out and let people sell it to Willie's collectors, see, people who collect his records. And what happened was he tells a story, and see, about this record and that record, and about the other record. And I made 2 sides out of it, see, and then at the end of it, when he quits, then it goes into the stock market report for about 10 seconds, see. And that's the punchline. It's kind of, see, and those fellas didn't erase those tapes in those days. They just put it on a machine, and it erases when they start to record. And when they stop recording, the rest of it's theirs. So what he did, he just cut into the middle of it, give me the auditions, and then cut it off and sent me the tape. I've got the tape in a safety deposit box now. I want to maybe sell it someday. Oh, boy. But that's how it worked.
What did you think when this well, it was later on labeled outlaw movement, or it was this record came out? But I mean, when these guys started to, started out against the establishment in Nashville, what did you think about that?
No, that's just a little ahead of me. I don't know. What is it?
The like people like Waylon Jennings and what's his name? And Willie Nelson, they made this outlaw record, which was directed against the Nashville system, as they call it.
Well, I never looked at it that way. Of course, it could have been that way, but I never looked at it, because what I do is, look, I didn't think they were directed at anybody, because what the heck, those guys sit together and write songs and sing songs and everything else, and you don't know whether they're serious or not. They just might be saying it, something like that. So I never pay any attention to it. Of course, I'm pretty sure, though, that those guys had better be thankful for Nashville, because that's where their music grew up, and that's where they expounded all of their stuff from Nashville. So I don't know that Nashville's been bad to them or not. If that's the thing in the song, I don't know what they were trying to say in the song, or what they intended. But to me, it's this is America. Have what you want to say. If you don't like it, there's roads out. Take one of them. All right. If you just saying it to be saying it to see if you can get any followers, that's something else. I don't know, but is that the reason they went up to Missouri somewhere? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know, but what 2 places won't hurt to have music. It just costs the tourist a little more money. You'll have to go to both places instead of one. So I don't know it, but it's all right with me. I can't see any. In some instances, I'm not too in love with Nashville anyway. But they had to have a. I was there during the war in training, but that's the only time I've ever been there. People have told me, he said, told me, he says, why don't you go to Nashville then? I said, hell, I can starve here as well as can in Northville.
Was there at the time a lot going on here, like locally too? You know?
What's that?
So great, you know, all the time when we are somewhere, there's. I mean, in this region, was there a lot going on musically in the old days?
Not much. See, I started booking bands in those days too. I started booking in the 50s. And yeah, I started booking and bringing them down here. My first one was taking Eddie Arnold to Warm Springs. You know what Warm Springs is? It's a cripple hospital for crippled children. I just took him, well, there it is right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I took it, and then I thought, well, hell, why don't you book a dance job or something, see? So I, let's see, who did I, oh yeah. To find out who was popular in the area, I went to the station in Gonzales, radio station, and I asked the disc jockey, I said, who is the most popular country and western band today on your radio station? And they said, Johnny and Jack. That's them right there. So I said, I'll book them. So I contacted their manager and booked them for the one.
I was just wondering whether this one of these photos was taken here, but no way, right?
Taken where?
Here in this room, no.
This was taken here.
Was it? That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Incredible.
This one had a floor and a ceiling, everything. This is one of my locations. This is my jukebox here.
That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, great. This was when?
Huh?
This was when?
And this was in the
55?
No. About 51, 52.
Oh, that early.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
See, this one's dead now.
Mm-hmm.
He got killed going to Patsy Cline's funeral.
I had an accident, or?
It was, let's see, that was Jack Anglin.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Johnny Wright.
Mm-hmm.
That's Kitty Wells' husband. And this is one of my locations. This is my machine. That's the machine that's sitting right over there.
Right.
Isn't here. And I took him out there and we shot a picture.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a beer joint that I had at the same time too. I'm not proud of that, but I had it. And this is the crowd we had at the American Legion, which is down half a block down the street. And this is the bandstand shot. Then this is the next one I booked, was Webb Pierce and Baron Young, Jimmy Day, Floyd Kramer.
Floyd Kramer?
Uh-huh.
Ah.
Piano player, yeah.
Right, I think I heard
It's him right here.
All right.
And then this is my location here, which is one of my jukeboxes, and we took a shot of that. And then I went to this other cafe where my box is, and there's some promos there. And for as much popularity that he had, this is what he was traveling with. But in the next month or so, he had a big bus.
Mm-hmm.
And I paid him $250 a night, and a month later, he's getting $1,000 a night. That's how quick he grew in popularity.
Mm-hmm.